Browns fans, welcome into the Week 3 edition of Browns Live, powered by FirstEnergy. Nathan Zegura alongside the Hoff, Joe Thomas. And Joe, we've had a whole week to marinate on that big victory, but looking ahead, trying to stack wins together to get to that winning record of 2-1.
Yeah, getting to 2-1 feels so different than 1-2, and that's why this is such a crucial opponent here this weekend. You get this win, all of a sudden you have that confidence, you have that hope that you're in the running. You got an opportunity to still win this division, and with hope, you get energy and you get effort and execution in practice. That's what we want to see. That's why you want to get to 2-1.
We're going to give you energy and execution on Browns Live. We've got Money Mitch in the player spotlight. We have got Jarvis Landry mic'd up for you. We're going to talk with the head coach, Kevin Stefanski, in just a moment. We'll go in the film room with the Hoff, and we're going to answer questions from the best fans in the land. Let's get right now to our head coach, Kevin Stefanski, who joins us in this week's game review presented by Serpentini Chevrolet. And, Coach, as you look back at Week 1, you said, I want to identify and correct mistakes. Week 2, a big win for you. But I know you're a perfectionist. You probably wanted to identify and correct mistakes going into Week 3. What stood out to you that you wanted to correct as this team moves forward, trying, as we said, to get to 2-1?
Yeah, Nathan, no one's played the perfect game yet, so we always want to go win, lose, or draw and look at the tape. And there are a few things offensively I know we can clean up. Defensively, I think we talked about last week, just getting off the field. And it's hard. There's some great offenses that are coming at you week in and week out, but you got to find a way to get off the field. And that's turning the ball over. That's making a big stop on 3rd or 4th down. And then special teams wise, we want to be better on kickoff coverage. So that's if we identify those things, if we can correct them during the week, I think we'll be one game better this week.
Coach, I was really impressed with the play of your left tackle, Jed Wills, in Week 2. So was Reddit user Neville's Remember All. But I want to hear from you. What impressed you the most about Jed's improvement from Week 1 to Week 2?
Yeah, I think what you're seeing, Joe, is incremental improvement from Jed. I mean, you can go all the way back to July, and that's our focus, is just get one day better. So he always has something that he can work on, and he's got Coach Callahan there with him every single day to let's work a hand technique. Let's work our feet here. Let's work a pull. So there's always something. I think with Jed, he's seeing a lot of these fronts. He's seeing a lot of these rushes for the first time. He played in a great division there in college, but with the guys that are rushing against him in the pro game, I mean, you're going to get all types. You're going to get a flamethrower coming high. You're going to have a power rusher going in. So he's just trying to get a little bit better with each one of those reps and learn from them. But I think he's playing under control right now.
Coach, Tribe Fan 12 on Reddit wants to know, last week it looked like more Nick Chubb early in the game, first 3 quarters, a lot of Chubb. Then you got into Kareem Hunt late. It seemed like they almost had their own drives. Was that something that you designed going into this game, or was that just how it fell against the Bengals?
Yeah, we're just in constant communication. Myself, Alex Van Pelt, Stump Mitchell. We're always talking about who we want out there in a given series on really a given play. So that's how that game unfolded. Could be totally different this week. We're just looking for the winning formula, and that's where I really rely on Stump and AVP to be very mindful of that throughout the game.
Thanks, Coach, and we will turn the page to this Washington football team when we talk with you later on in the program. But up next on Browns Live, it's a real treat. Terence Money Mitchell, productive on the field, always eloquent off of it, in our player spotlight next on Browns Live, powered by FirstEnergy.
You know how these things start. You hear the buzz about Wendy's life-changing breakfast. Pan-cracked eggs, oven-baked bacon. So you try the Breakfast Baconator, love it, and have to tell your friend. They try it, can't believe it, and have to tell their friend. And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. And so on to Wendy's, where you can buy any of these and get another for just $1. We got you.
For as long as I can remember, I watched the sun rise and I've watched the sun set. Fueling my drive, feeding the fire within. Embrace it. Harness it.
It's time to let the sun fuel your life. It's time to own your power.
New this year, Browns fans all across Ohio will have a special opportunity to purchase 50/50 raffle tickets. Each ticket will provide a chance to win half of the raffle's net proceeds, the other half benefiting the Stay in the Game Network and Shoes and Clothes for Kids, a Cleveland-based nonprofit organization. Some exclusions apply. For more information and to purchase a raffle ticket, visit Browns5050.com. That's Browns5050.com or the Browns mobile app. Welcome back into Browns Live, powered by FirstEnergy. Nathan Zegura alongside the Hoff himself, Joe Thomas. And Joe, you're a guy who is known to be money in your playing days, just like Money Mitch, who has really stepped up. They tried him. A.J. Green, 5 targets on Money Mitch on Thursday night, 0 catches. Bubkus, see you later. When you have a backup, they talk about next man up, but you don't always have a guy who can step in and perform at that level. Money Mitch is a starter, no doubt about it, Joe.
Yeah, Money Mitch has played really well, especially on that Thursday night game. He's a gamer. He's proven that already throughout his Browns career. And you got to be able to have that in your roster if you want to compete for a playoff spot. If you want to compete for an AFC North crown, you got to have that mentality within your locker room. Kevin Stefanski's done a great job breeding that culture within that locker room. We saw it already on Thursday night.
Not only is Money Mitch one of the great cornerbacks on this team, he's probably one of the best conversationalists I've ever met. And he sat down with Andrew Gribble in our Player Spotlight, brought to you by Electronic Merchant Systems.
Takes the snap, he's going to throw, he's up, he's lobbing down the sideline, and it's picked off! They got it! The Browns pick it off! Up the sideline, it's Terence Mitchell, 40, 35, and down to the 30-yard line! Just into the game, Money Mitchell!
All right, we're joined now by Terence Mitchell, the Browns veteran cornerback. And Terence, what have you thought of these first couple of games for the defense, and specifically your role in it as kind of an every down corner?
Sure, as a team, we're just trying to continue to gel as a unit, continue to build camaraderie, and individually for myself, I'm just trying to do my job at a high level.
And for you guys, you were dealt a ton of adversity during training camp. Guys were going down left and right. What was that like for the group, and how much of that fell on your shoulders to kind of keep your head up and keep at it?
Oh, man, it's next man up mentality, and, adversity is part of the game, so you just got to be ready. Everybody's willing and able, so we just got to step up and do our job when our number is called.
And for you stepped in and have been the guy starting opposite of Denzel Ward from the first couple of weeks. What have you done to get better as a corner, and how have you fit in well in Joe Wood's defense here?
Man, Coach Woods, I like the scheme. I'm just trying to do my job at a high level, and should just keep working, really.
What did you work on this offseason to make sure you were sharp and ready to go?
Just same thing I've been doing my whole life, honestly. Like, I was pretty sharp last year as well. It's just, opportunities, and I'm just trying to make the most of it.
And, this show is all about the fans, and we got a Twitter question here from Jeremy B. He was wondering, who do you model your game after, or are you just going out there on your own and trying to be the best version of you?
No, man, I like my top two is Charles Woodson and Al Harris. I like their style of play, and that's why I kind of watch.
What was it about those two that really stood out to you?
Well, with Al Harris, his ability to be dominant in bump and run coverage, and Charles Woodson, his ability to do the same, but also make plays, strip receivers, running backs, just move around real loose.
All right, Terence, well, thank you so much, and good luck this week against Washington, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Always good to hear from Money Mitch and Joe. Our fans, they want to hear from you. Zach Cox wants to know, even though the Browns won in week 2, what is something you've got to improve on going forward?
Well, I still want to see that offense improve a little bit as far as their consistency. The Browns did a great job rushing the football, obviously on Thursday night, over 200 yards rushing. We saw the dynamic combination of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, but just a little bit more consistency throughout the entire game in that passing attack, especially in the play action. That's where Baker's going to be able to get a lot of his big junk plays to OBJ. They were really good at the beginning of the game. Let's see them keep that consistency throughout the entire game. And this is going to be a dynamic offense that's difficult to stop.
I can tell you Thursday night at FirstEnergy Stadium, our fans consistently brought the energy. But the question is, who has the biggest fan energy? And this week's winner is Carrie Russell. Carrie tweeted at the Browns using the hashtag #BestFanEnergy to tell us why she has the best fan energy. And because of that, she will be in the stadium this Sunday when the Browns take on the Washington football team. Browns fans, when we return, you're going to hear the heart and soul of the Browns, Jarvis Landry, mic'd up on Browns Live, powered by FirstEnergy.
Our students don't just read books or write papers. They forge new paths and new ideas. At LECOM, we build medical professionals who excel. We create the foundation of a better world. We seek new ways to aid others. We lead the next generation. We guide the future of medicine. At LECOM, we make doctors.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever, with 400 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing and plenty of room for crew and cargo. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Browns fans, you can now train like the pros at Browns Fit. Our 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art fitness facility is open. Browns Fit creates a safe and healthy environment for members and guests and showcases the latest in innovative fitness technology with personal training and much more. Located in the flats of downtown Cleveland on the 2nd floor of the Aloft Hotel. Specials for Browns Fits are available for a limited time, so act now. Visit us at brownsfit.com today to become a member and train like the pros.
When I got to the Cleveland Browns, I felt I was the best receiver by far.
And I left my blocking and I cut up and somebody hit me that I never saw. And you could hear the crowd go, ooh. So I get up and the guy helps me up and he says, welcome to the NFL.
I can catch that. Pass you. You see my highlight tape yet?
Baker takes, he looks, he spins around, he's throwing for Landry, he caught it, touchdown! On 1st and goal, he waits and he's got it. He's back and looks left, he throws left, Landry's got it at the 5, he's going in, touchdown, Jarvis Landry! And on 1st down, play action fake, Mayfield shuffles right, throwing down the middle, Landry's out there, he got it at the 10, at the 5, touchdown! He went right through 2 Bengals!
Welcome back into Browns Live, powered by FirstEnergy. And when you talk about the Browns offense, you can make the case that Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr., they power that. Let's talk with the Huff, Joe Thomas. And Joe, this is arguably the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. We haven't seen huge numbers, but what we've really seen is efficiency. How good can they be?
Really, the sky is the limit for this duo. When you talk about great receiver duos of all time, these guys have the chance to be up there with them because you've got Odell, who is an unbelievable playmaker. He can make plays down the field. He can make those explosive 60, 70-yard touchdowns that blow games wide open. But then you got Jarvis, who's a little bit more of a technician. He's the guy that you put all over the field. You can take advantage of his matchups because he's going to win all of those short and intermediate routes, and he's almost impossible to cover if you put the ball in the right place.
Absolutely, and he's a guy that is a leader on this team. And let's listen to that positivity, that joy, that infectious leadership when Jarvis Landry is mic'd up. Brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome in to the NFL season, the 2020 style. Hi, Juice.
Let's go, babe. Let's go, fellas. Let's do it, man.
Let's go.
Week 1 was very different. It was very weird. I know for me personally, it was going to be the first opportunity that I really had to go out there and compete after surgery.
And he rolls near side right. Mayfield fires down the middle of the field, and that's caught. Jarvis Landry, first catch of the year, in traffic, pulls it down.
No fans was weird. That's definitely what made it weird. But we had an opportunity to play the game that we love.
They give it to Hunt, 25, stiff arm, 20, 15,
Touchdown, baby! Touchdown, baby! Touchdown, baby! Touchdown, baby!
Touchdown, baby! The 5 near the 2. Kareem Hunt. He throws into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown! David Njoku wide open in the left corner of the end zone.
Hey, way to go, boy! Good boy. Good bro. Good 13. I think it's important to motivate guys, whether things are going good or bad, just for the simple fact that, I think in a football game, it's 60 minutes, and you can't live in one series, you can't live in one play, you have to move on. Hey, take us, we done tried everything else. Let's go. I say we done tried everything else. Let's go, let's go. We tried everything else. Take us. Need it. Take us. Let's go, brother. Let's get points, brothers. Let's get points.
Wow, what a day. The Ravens 38 and the Browns 6. It has been a really tough day for them.
All right, keep playing the play. We got to move to the next one. Got to. It's not going to be easy to win in this league. We got a team this week that's 1-1. And we're 1-1, so we got to figure out how we're going to approach the practice field and prepare before Sunday to win. That's his big thing, always preparing before it's actually time to go out there and win the game.
All right, now let's see Jarvis Landry in action. The numbers, like I said, not the biggest, but the efficiency is there. And when you need a big-time play, you dial one up for Jarvis. Let's go in the film room, my favorite part of the show, with the Hoff, Joe Thomas. And, Joe, let's look at it. 4th down, you have to have it. It's convert or go home, and you call Jarvis's number. Let's take a look at what Kevin Stefanski did here.
Yeah, great call by Kevin Stefanski. What he's going to do at the beginning, he's going to have Jarvis go in motion across the formation because he wants to see if it's man or zone, right? As soon as the Bengals defender follows Jarvis across, Baker knows it's man-to-man, Austin Hooper knows it's man-to-man, and he instantly knows who the target is for this pick play. This is a little rub play, so what Austin needs to do is get up the field, get in the way of Jarvis's defender, but he can't put his hands on him and he can't make it look intentional because otherwise you get the flag. But as soon as you get this little rub here, it gets Jarvis wide open down the sideline. It's an easy catch for the first down from Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, and we get a little run after the catch, getting into field goal range. Huge moment in this game on Thursday.
It certainly was, and now let's take a look at another huge moment, and this one's going to be the ground game. The big guys up front paving the way for Nick Chubb.
I love this one. This is 22 personnel. You got 2 backs, 2 tight ends in here. Once again, you're going to motion tight end across the field. We're going to be able to see that they don't shift, so it's probably some sort of zone coverage. It's going to give you numbers. When a defense doesn't shift like that, it's going to give you blocking angles, and that's exactly what Kevin Stefanski wants. It's going to be a nice, easy off-tackle one, and Nick Chubb does the rest. End zone right here. You're going to get a great double team at the point of attack with Chris Hubbard and Wyatt Teller. He's going to knock that defensive lineman inside and create a huge hole for Joel Bitonio to sneak his skinny little booty through there and finish his man all the way to the Browns turf at FirstEnergy Field. And even a little pump-up there. You see Joel Bitonio, he's showing the guns to the sideline. He can't get enough of it. Getting in the end zone for Nick Chubb. That is an offensive lineman's absolute pinnacle of your life. Making a big point of attack, your boys in the end zone. It's a beautiful thing for fans to watch.
It is a beautiful thing, and I don't know who was more pumped up there. You had Joel Bitonio with the flex, Harrison Bryant, the rookie tight end, making the big block on the defensive end. That's what you like to see. We're going to talk with the architect of that play and find out what he wants to see when the Browns take on the Washington football team. Head coach Kevin Stefanski next on Browns Live.
Bring color to life with the very best paint, only at your Sherwin-Williams store.
New this year, Browns fans all across Ohio will have a special opportunity to purchase 50-50 raffle tickets. Each ticket will provide a chance to win half of the raffle's net proceeds, the other half benefiting the Stay in the Game Network and Shoes and Clothes for Kids, a Cleveland-based nonprofit organization. Some exclusions apply. For more information and to purchase a raffle ticket, visit Browns5050.com. That's Browns5050.com or the Browns mobile app.
Just got my new jersey from the Browns.
And it looks like we're going a little bit more traditional this year. Heck yeah.
Well, I like the white one. Back to the good old days.
Welcome back into Browns Live, powered by FirstEnergy. Nathan Zegura, Joe Thomas, and the man, head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, joining us once again as we turn our attention to the visiting Washington football team in Week 3. And, Coach, we know that defensive line is fearsome. 5 first-rounders. They've already accounted for 8 sacks alone. The team has 11. I'm sure that you're putting a plan in place to deal with those guys up front.
Yeah, you have to. And the tape jumps out at you. You turn it on, there's just 2 games worth, but they're harassing the quarterback. And even when they're not getting sacks, they're applying a ton of pressure. So we got to be smart about how we detail this game plan. We got to be smart about how we call it, because that's a very, very good front.
Coach, on this show, we like to engage with our fans and take their questions. And today's best fan question of the day, powered by FirstEnergy, comes to us from Reddit user Scarlet and Gray Days. And he wants to know, what will the cornerback rotation look like with Greedy and Johnson returning?
Yeah, I think what we're trying to do is maximize the talents of the players. So there's going to be opportunities for all of our guys to play. With the guys we got coming back from injury, what we don't want to do is just have them go 100 miles an hour right from the jump. So we're confident in the depth that we have at the position. So we'd like to roll some people, move guys around, and really just make sure that we're being multiple in the back end.
Coach, up front, dealing with some injuries, but Porter Gustin has really stepped up. And I got a chance to talk with him earlier this week, and he said, I was worried this new coaching staff hadn't gotten to see my work ethic. And I know work was the first word you told this team. Seems like a match made in heaven, a hardworking guy, and it's showing up on the field.
Yeah, you hit it. We did see that hard work ethic throughout the spring. I mean, he was videotaping his workouts and sending them in to us, and he was getting the work in. And that's something that Porter's all about. You see him in the weight room, you see him in the meeting room, you see him out on the field. He's just constantly moving, and he's just a guy that keeps coming at you. And it showed up on the game field, and really not surprised. That's what he's been doing in practice.
Coach, how important is it to have a guy like Porter Gustin in each position group room that can kind of set the standard for how they come in and work every single day?
Yeah, it's a great point, Joe. And there are a bunch of guys that were here already that are smart and tough. And then we went out in the draft and in free agency, and we've got a bunch more. And you mentioned Porter, and in each one of those rooms, there's a guy that kind of sets the tempo. And I pulled our rookies aside about a week ago, and I said, find that guy in your rooms. Find that guy, and I'll help you. I'll tell you who it is if you don't figure it out already. But, be around that guy. Watch how he works. Watch what he does in the classroom. Watch what he does in the weight room, because it's so important with these rookies how they're broken into the NFL. And we're fortunate where we have guys in each one of those rooms, like you alluded to, that they can follow.
Coach, Joe was diversifying earlier, went from the tackle question in the opening segment to the DB question, and I think for all of our DBs, you've got to be very aware of Terry McLaurin. He's accounting for 46.4% of the Washington football team passing offense. That's the highest percentage of any player in the NFL. How do you plan on slowing down the former Ohio State Buckeye?
Yeah, he's outstanding. Really a good football player, and they make sure that he's a focal point of their offense. So you got to have a plan. You can't just do one thing. You got to kind of be multiple with him. But we got to know where 17 is on every single play. They'll move him around the formation. They'll put him in motion. So we really have to be hyper aware of where 17 is.
Hey, Coach, the rushing attack last week was really impressive, the way you guys were able to get both Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt involved. How does that look this week against a really tough Washington defensive line?
Yeah, Joe, we're going to try to be multiple again. I think what you saw the other night was different run schemes hitting, different, obviously with Nick and Kareem, different personnels. So I think there's beauty in the multiplicity of the rush attack. We're going to hang our hat on a few different types of runs, but if you can just kind of be multiple, I think it keeps the defense on their heels.
Coach, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck on Sunday against the Washington football team, looking to take the Browns to a great start at 2-1.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, that's our head coach, Kevin Stefanski. And now it is time to recognize a frontline worker who has made a tremendous impact in our community during the pandemic. Each game during the regular season, the Browns will honor this individual prior to kickoff as part of our Hats Off to Our Heroes program. This week's hero is Matt Keene, the assistant manager at Applebee's in University Heights. Since the pandemic began, Matt and his team wanted to help in the community and decided a way for them to help was by donating food to first responders, including police officers and firemen. Matt, from all of us at the Browns, thank you so much. For Joe Thomas and our great production team and you, the best fans in the NFL, I'm Nathan Zegura saying thank you so much for joining us for another edition of Browns Live, powered by FirstEnergy.